Oh crap. Let me fix this. Your facts are wrong, bro. Okay, my facts are wrong. Have a good night, buddy. Remember, that person, it's not worth wasting your time on someone like that. Unless if they're a loved one, then you could do it. Your facts are wrong. That's how you win debates. How can I debate that, bro? How can I debate that, bro? You said my facts are wrong, bro. Shit. Thank you for the chance, Sakura. Tesla. I love Tesla, bro. I love Tesla. Tesla. Who's this guy? Ruh-roh.
Hello?
Hi, this is the YouTube guy. What's up? For politics.
Oh, man. Hey, I gotta go sleep, but good stuff, man.
All
I
right.
appreciate you. Sorry,
I appreciate you. Have a good night, man.
I'm sorry.
Hell
Thanks,
yeah, no
man.
worries. Yeah, sure. He just called. He just called, bro. He just called. He just called. He just called. I called him back. He just called me. I called him back. And that's what I get. That's what I get. That's what I get for being nice. Well, Elon is an evil person. What should my poll question be? North Star, calm down, buddy. Calm down. Why? Wait. Who won the 2020 election? Nice. I lie. I lie on YouTube for money. Like I said, idiot. Protests, to be honest, I mean, protests are really just to show a public support for something, and hopefully people listen because they're like, oh crap, if this many people are protesting, then maybe it's an actual movement. You could also cause annoyance and disruption, and you know, if they fix the issue, like in the UK, I think like Stop Oil was protesting, and they stopped drilling permits and they stopped protesting. So you get concessions if you stop being a public disturbance or be disobedient or whatever. It is funny. At all the protests today, there were so many deport Elon Musk signs, bro. Deport Elon Musk. Yeah, protesting hey, got civil rights. Yeah. If you causing a disturbance, so like some are like celebrations. So I'd say like today, there's different types of protests. So you could do like a protest where it's a big one and you're just showing like, you know, we have a lot of people here. Then there's other protests where you're like occupying a space. Or you're blocking a road. Blocking a road is extreme, probably. But just like, I don't know. There's a few different degrees to level of protest for like whatever. But it is good to be outside and get around people. Not everyone's gonna come to the protest where you actually like disturb things. But those are necessary for some social changes. Like you said, civil rights movement is a good example. I agree with the deportation. Yeah, for Elon. Go fight in Ukraine. North Star. North Star is having a big night. A big night in the YouTube chat. If you're well educated, they call you an indoctrinated liberal. Yeah. George Soros paid me to be here, bro. George Soros. How happy should I be? I have 1,300 missed calls. 1,300 voicemails. That makes me very happy. Howdy.
What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. How about you?
Not much. I just want to know your political views. Why do you think Trump and Elon are just so bad, man?
I don't even know, dude.
Well, it's on your stream. You could at least like back it up with facts, bro. How is it so bad? Have you reviewed any of the actual like interviews or any actual things that are going on in the world, not just what you're being told?
Yeah. Detaining students at colleges with unmarked vans and fully masked federal agents with all these face coverings on them. I think that's pretty bad. Sending people to El Salvador who may or may not be innocent or in a gang, and laughing about it when it turns out to be someone who's innocent. That's not good. Taking away labor laws that protect people, making corruption more illegal for the government, launching crypto coins to profit from the presidency. I don't like those things.
Wait, what? Hold up. All right. I hear you. And, I don't want to sit here and, because it is a really bad situation where, people are being deported and, the country's in such turmoil. But there was things adding up to the fall of this. It's not just one thing. It's like you said, protests, people being deported, corruption. But, it wasn't going to change under the Biden administration. That's the whole reason we're going through this right now. We're having to take steps backwards for this. The tariff ratings on us was so heavy, we couldn't even sell cars to Canada without having a 250% tariff rating.
That's not true at all.
Means?
That's not true.
It's not true. It's statistics.
With cars? No, we had the USMCA for automobiles across Canada, the US, and Mexico. So we had 99% of our goods in general without tariffs. I haven't even heard Trump lie about the tariffs on cars to Canada. I don't even know where you got that from.
It's facts. You can look it up. But I mean, that's just a small thing. Like the deportation of these college students, the type of mess they're stirring up. I mean, people are, trying to say terrorism is okay by destroying
there is
Tesla
not
cars.
Okay, so the 250% tariff from
government.
Canada to American cars is completely fake. Does not exist.
Bro, you can look it up right now, bro.
I did look it up. It does not exist. It does not exist. Yeah, Doge might have talked about it, but it does not exist. I encourage everyone that's watching right now to Google it. Google Canada 250% tariff on American cars. It has never existed. It does not exist. There's a 25% tariff because of the trade war, but there's never been what you just said.
That's still a big deal.
They responded to what Trump started.
America's not the perpetrator, I assume.
America is literally the perpetrator. Yeah, that's what that means. That we started it and they reciprocated. Yeah.
No, this wasn't started because we was getting fucked out of all the other countries.
No. Like this is happening because of America with Canada.
Talk
about America
how
and Canada.
They're taking over Africa.
Okay, so now we're talking about China. Okay, so Africa, we're actually really helping them right now, because USAID helped us maintain a foothold in Africa with soft power. Now China is now doing what we did there with USAID. They're using it to expand their power and their Belt and Road Initiative to get more power in Africa.
Thank you.
Well, they're making economic deals. No, but the USAID we had there, our international development, was really helping us. Well, it was actually helping us to stop them. China's really happy we killed USAID. They're very happy with that. And I don't like that. We're helping China.
We are not helping China.
Yeah, we are, because we pulled out USAID and aid workers and international development workers. So yeah, we're helping China when we do that. Yeah.
We're helping them whenever we sell our homeland to them.
No, we're helping them when we let them when we reduce our global influence. We give it to China. Yeah, we gave influence to China globally.
But you don't ever think, maybe there was an inside deal leading up to this. Maybe, it was some other, administration that sold us out. Couldn't have been Biden or Hunter Biden.
Well, now you're just
You
like
know, the
saying
guy
names
who,
that you think are gonna make you like you. They make you emotionally mad to say those names, but that doesn't talk about facts at all.
no, there's facts behind it.
I'm talking
It's
about
a, I
USAID
mean,
and China. China's happy with what like Trump is helping China get more powerful, especially the tariffs.
nah,
The
but
tariffs are really helping China.
so we should just let everybody, you know, put tariffs on us. But the second we go to putting tariffs on their products, like they did us, we're over here. We can't, you know, fight back because we've just been enabled by the media to say that's wrong.
No, so I
There's
have
a lot of
actual things we can look at here. So like we can talk about the tariff rate that like China had on us. It was close to like 9% maybe. We're tariffing them at 54% on average. So we're tariffing these countries at like a 4 times higher rate, 5 times higher rate than they ever tariffed us. But I would say probably I don't think we should raise the taxes of American citizens, and that's what we're doing with tariffs. We're raising our taxes on import goods across the board for every country in the world, which is insane. And no country has ever done good doing what we're doing right now. It's not advised by. You could talk to conservatives or liberals or progressives or libertarians. They all agree that Trump's current tariff policy is the dumbest thing they've ever seen in their entire life.
Well, there's been a lot of things in the government that's been uncovered recently, you know, and it's not just the tariffs per se, you know, it's all the funneled money and all the waste that's been going to, you know, people with fake social security identity,
That's not true. So like Musk with
several other
social
things.
identities or social security, that was never proven. So all this stuff you're saying right now is just like
So that's not true. All right. So what do you think about this fentanyl crisis? How do we deal with that? What's the deal with that?
we should probably stop cutting rural health centers like Trump is doing.
Uh, I just see. It's just mm, I think there should be centers where there is safe use, but you know,
Oh
it's
no, I'm
not
just
just
talking about
the
like
centers.
health, like rehab centers, like even rehabs. We should stop shutting those down. Like people that are in recovery, like services for people with addiction, like rural health centers. We need the government to subsidize those because they don't just do it for fun, you know.
Well, I've actually, you know, through the past 2 years, I've actually been in rehab myself. So, you know, I got to see some things firsthand where, like, you know, a lot of rehabs sometimes enable it and they just want the money. They just want you there for the money. And they'll put you on methadone after you get off all these horrible, like, drugs. And then the methadone doesn't even help because, one, they need it even more. Two, it makes them even more sick. And I've watched, you know, people do fentanyl, and my own brother does it. So I
I mean, drug
mean,
addiction
it
sucks. It does suck, but like it still is a good thing to have rehabs available for
I,
people. I mean, I've seen rehabs do
I
great
do
things,
think that, yeah,
and I
I
mean,
agree.
it's just hard to solve it. And people that do that kind of work, they get paid like shit. I think we should pay people that work with those issues more than they get paid right now. Caretakers that take care of our, weakest members of society that need the most support. We should pay them more. We should pay teachers more. We should pay nurses more. I think we should support all those people more. But we're probably gonna like the VA. We should be funding more, but they're making cuts to all these things. Like the VA, they're cutting 80,000 workers from it.
There has been a lot of like people being cut from jobs and stuff, but it's I think it's going to help in the long run. Me personally, I do think that this will be beneficial for actual Americans because we've had people coming into our country, and I'm not against immigration. I'm not. I do believe that if you come here the right way and you do come here to make change for people or your family, that is okay. But I mean, for coming in here manufacturing drugs, the widespread of drugs, it has
Well,
destroyed my
I'm
family.
sorry, but 90% of fentanyl comes from American citizens across the border. It's not immigrants. Immigrants are blamed for it for no reason.
Mm,
When it comes to issues facing the American people, immigration is probably not in the top 15, to be honest. Maybe not even in the top 20. But it's the number one issue because people get really fired up about race issues. usually, and culture issues and language.
Mm,
The
I
ultra
just
rich
I don't.
convinced us to fight immigrants instead of fighting them. That's the whole thing. The ultra rich they want us fighting over dumb bullshit. That's what it is, bro. They own everything. They
I
convince us
just.
to fight each other. That's what it is. It's just facts.
Oh
Real
well, I
objective
do
truth.
think there is a shadow global government, but I don't think that
Oh,
it's
it's out in the
like.
open, bro. It's out in the open. We have the richest man in the world cutting through the VA. They're cutting the VA. They cut Meals on Wheels, bro. That's $1 billion. Meals on Wheel. It's 0.0001% of our budget. Elon Musk cut Meals on Wheel. Why would he cut Meals on Wheels, bro? Like no reason. No reason. Because they're assholes and they want money. They want to profit off people.
Mm, see, there's just so many things wrong. It's literally, it feels like uh, a pyramid of, it's just a whole graph of problems that led up to this. I wouldn't say that it's just, us or the rich. I would say it's a conglomerate of like all of us really, because you'll have the guy next to you who's on your level looking to take you out, and it doesn't matter because it's encouraged for us to eat each other up. And the media, I don't even, I'm not just going to point out Democratic like news television. It's also in the right wing. It's really, we're just in such a fucked up place that people have no identity. They don't know where the problem comes from.
I agree
So,
with that, but the issue right now is we're following people who are still lying, and I would say right now we're seeing huge cuts to the VA, huge cuts to Social Security, huge cuts to Medicaid. We're seeing big cuts to Meals on Wheels and our national parks, and they want to sell them off to the highest bidder. So like right now, there are issues, but we're following people who want to cause more of those issues and make things more for profit and make us, care about our communities even less. There's not one community in the U.S. we can find right now where immigration has been a huge cause of crime, and immigrants, undocumented, illegal, whatever, have a lower crime rate than naturally born American citizens. American citizens bring in all the fentanyl. So issues we blame on immigration, even housing, is caused by the ultra wealthy. It's not caused by immigrants. I would just say like hating immigrants or being mad about immigration is an extension of the plot that the rich have to turn us against our neighbors, because they are our neighbors. Still, even if there's someone who's undocumented, illegal immigration and violent offenders are different, obviously. But visa holders, green cards, students, workers, whatever it might be, we need to fight for all working people, because the ultra wealthy want us fighting each other. Fighting each other based on race, sex, gender, whatever it might be. They love it when we fight on those grounds, while they make more money. And my only issue when I talk to guys, like when guys like you call in, it's like, there's a deep state, a big conspiracy, and it's like, bro, Elon Musk is the richest person of all time, and he's taking what he wants from the government. There's organizations that were investigating him for corruption and stealing our information, and he gets our tax dollars and contracts, and he's killing the same people he's getting rid of the same people that were investigating his companies for pure corruption. And I just like I just want I hope there is a politician that comes up and is really talking about getting money out of politics. Get money out of politics, ban congressional stock trading. I really hope. I know it's not going to come from the Republican side, but I hope Democrats find an actual voice and give that, like you said, it's complicated, and give an actual solution. Let's get money out of politics and really mean it, because Obama talked about that but didn't really deliver. So I really hope Democrats find someone who can take that message, in a strong way, because it really does matter.
well, I don't, part of me could see that, maybe Elon is doing this for personal gain, but that in itself, like you said, would be a whole nother problem. But even so, we're still dealing with all of our own problems. It's not just him, but I do think that him uncovering a social security crisis, him
He
trying
never
to
did that, though.
uncover
I'm sorry, but
waste
he's
of
lying
fraud.
about that. He's lying about the Social Security crisis. He's lying about those people getting funds, and he's lying about the number of people on there that are illegal or whatever getting funds. There's no illegal aliens with Social Security numbers. They're all legal immigrants. Like, he's lying about all this shit, bro. I promise we can go through this sometime, a different day. I promise you, Musk has lied his ass off about Doge. The only thing he's told the truth about is probably like a gay pride parade somewhere, that cost like $20,000. But the only reason he brought that up is to make people mad because he knows conservatives get offended by gay people, you know. But as far as waste, fraud, or abuse goes, he has not shown one instance of that happening. I promise. We can go through all the information. I promise you, man. I promise.
So you're telling me whenever they came up on whatever it was on national TV and they said, hey, look, we found people who are pretending to be over 100 years old, 130, 145 years old, and we've been sending them millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's fake. I promise you, that's fake. Yeah. There's never been a payment out to someone more than 115 years old or whatever on Social Security. Even Trump's own acting Social Security director said that and confirmed that. So, like, that is completely false. Or, like, yeah, I saw that Doge interview on Fox News. He lied his ass off that entire time. And I know a lot of these, you know, different files in the government, you know, it's been publicly available information for a lot of this, and they're talking about it lying like it's new information, but they're really just distorting the truth. I promise, man. Like, that's all fake. There's no one of that age getting any money, especially not millions of dollars, especially not. Social Security has a lower fraud rate and a lower failure rate than any private insurance plan you can find. It's one of the most efficient programs we've seen in any government in human history. And the fact they're demonizing it is insane. It just shows me they're trying to kill it. They're cutting people from the offices. They're shutting down the phone lines. It takes like 10 hours to talk to someone on the damn phone to get your account fixed. It's just, this is the first time Social Security has missed payments in like forever. They're trying to kill it. They're lying about it.
Yeah, because there's so many like false like people who say they work in Social Security department, but they're just drawing money from people that they register as, you know, they don't register them as dead, so they're still getting their Social Security benefits. And that's not the only problem. Like I said, I could sit here all night, all day and do this. I've done a lot of research in the past since 2016, since Trump has hit office, and I've known what politics are. I was like, man, this guy, he's really for America. I think he is. I just, there's so much going on that, you know.
I think you like his dance. I think you like the dance. You like the diaper shit dance when he shits his diaper and does that little double jerk off motion. I think you love that. That's why you like him.
Yeah, and I think you just like hearing about little boys get their penises cut off. And,
you guys are so weird. Why do you have to go right to that, bro? Why are you thinking about little boy penis, bro? What the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? We're talking about politics. We were just talking about politics and the economy and Social Security, and you brought up little boy penis. What's wrong with you, bro? Look at yourself in the mirror and think about why you thought about that. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's going through your head? What's going through your damn head, bro? What's going through your damn head all day, bro? What's going through your damn head? I have not thought about little boy penises for since my last conservative caller that brought them up. I do not think about that unless if a conservative talks about it. What's wrong with you? Why did you bring that shit up? I think you realize that you just looked really weird right there. I think you realize you looked really weird. You looked really weird right there. I think you realized it. That's why you're getting mad. But what the hell is wrong with you, sir? What the hell's going on in your head? What are you thinking about? You're getting a little too defensive. Calm down.
I'm thinking of all the kids who
bro, I know you're thinking about all the kids. I know you're thinking about all the kids. Stop thinking about the kids, bro. You got to see someone for that. Holy shit! Wow, man, keep our kids safe,
right.
bro.
That doesn't matter. And the immigrants don't cause no crime. You're right,
dude. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. I'm not okay. Listen.
Take our children. You know what? They don't even spread the fentanyl. You're right.
Hey, no, actually, it is American citizens that bring in 90% of the fentanyl. That is a fact.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad you know.
That's
you
a fact.
You're buying it? Do you know from personal experience?
No, sometimes. That's why I need like data.
Then find you some real facts, bro. Look on some real.
No, I'm talking about real facts. No, I have it right here actually. I have it pulled up from the last caller because he said the same things you did.
Definitely not, the most fraudulent shit ever.
It's not. It's really not the most fraudulent. It's not at all. Like objectively, it's not. But I have the facts about the fentanyl right here. If you're interested about the percentage, 82% men, 87% U.S. citizens. It's from 2024, I believe. Or 2023, 2024. So yeah, I'm right about this. Facts from our Border Patrol and our sentencing.
Gee willikers, bro. You probably never seen crime unless someone was taking your wallet, bro.
Bro, chill out. why are you trying to get all aggressive on me? I'm just bringing up
Because
facts.
you
Are you
did.
offended by the
I'm
facts?
saying that.
You're offended by the no,
You
you don't
don't
like the
mind little
facts.
kids getting their cocks cut off and gender
Bro,
changes?
stop thinking about little kids. Stop. You don't need to
No.
do this,
No,
bro.
buddy.
Stop.
No.
Let's talk about
Because it's
something else,
fucking
bro.
horrible.
Stop thinking about little kids. Please.
Horrible, man. And you don't care. You're
Yeah, I
just
do care
spreading
about. Hey, we
misinformation,
can talk
dude.
about trans people if you want. You want to talk
I
about trans
mean,
people? You don't got to
shoot
talk
your
about kid
shot.
genitalia.
We ain't got to talk about genitalia.
Starting
We
a
can
small
talk
family
about the
business out
agenda
here
that they push.
isn't easy.
What?
The transgender agenda, you know, what do you think about that?
I think that trans people should be given liberty and justice for all and rights.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're so right, bro. Yeah, you're definitely right.
Yeah, I believe every person in America should have rights. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the God-given right of Americans is that we get our rights. You know, we're not living in Afghanistan where women have to dress up in burqas, or if they don't, they get, raped or
Well, you
killed.
agree with them on abortion though. You agree with Afghanistan on abortion, so you do agree on some things with them. I don't personally, but you do.
What? You can't put words in my mouth or
Wait, are you
ideas.
pro-choice?
I think it's up to whoever's having the baby.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
have babies, so I can't
Hell
say
yeah.
nothing about
You know
it.
what? You know what? I jumped the gun on that one. I appreciate it. That's beautiful. Okay. So so do you think there's a chance at all, so like for trans people, do you think there's a chance at all that like, being trans can be like being gay can be a real thing? Do you think there's any chance being trans can be a real thing and not just like a hidden agenda?
I think it's a thing nowadays. I think, lots of people express their personalities, but I think it's a problem whenever you express your personality or enforce it onto other people, such as making them get operations or, influencing little kids to take hormones that they haven't even started producing yet to get the to get the features that people want. And that's just where I don't sit right. They just press too many people with like cloning
Okay.
an individual.
It's not for cloning. Okay. I just feel like there's things happening in the world and you're being told they're happening for certain reasons that are not exactly true. And some people just are certain ways, and I think we should respect that and treat them kindly and respect what they want to be called, like that kind of stuff on a very basic level. But I know some trans people, not tons, that grew up in the middle of butt f nowhere. And like as they say, Appalachia. So I did meet a lot of trans people. And it is a very like real thing that people go through and they have good experiences when they're allowed to transition and able to be respected by people. You don't have to agree with it, but I'm just saying, like, if someone wants to be called something or referred to by a certain name, I just hope that we can give people the decency to treat them how they want to be treated. Like the idea that there's people forcing other people to get surgeries is not happening anywhere. There's no one being forced ever to get a surgery like that. It's hard to get a surgery like that. You have to talk to a lot of different specialists, and it's really expensive too, super expensive. Trans people that I know wish it was as easy as conservatives think to get these surgeries. They wish it was this easy because they'd save a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of social pain too. It's not something people want to be. They don't want to be trans. It's not something that someone wants to be. No one wants to be cast aside from society. It's not something people do for fun. You could have some people off TikTok that do things for for whatever reason that could be not genuine. But I would probably say that the vast majority of people that are identifying as trans are going through things, and they should be, in my opinion, be allowed to talk about their experiences and be free to make their own medical decisions and all that kind of stuff. And I don't think people should be weird about using pronouns and stuff. I just think it's a little bit, I don't know. I just want people to be decent to each other,
And that's okay. That's I heard nothing wrong. But I just said, like I said, I have no problem with people being who they are. I have no problems with immigrants or anything. But I do, see where people press an agenda like, getting sex change is good, or getting hormones is good. And,
But the reason they don't say it's good for anyone, though. Like, if someone's like telling a kid they need to be trans or need to be gay, that's bad, obviously. And if you tell a kid they need to do anything, it's bad. But if we're just talking like to I don't know, in a high school health class, like, okay, these things exist. Some people are gay, some people are black. Kids actually, if they grow up around a white family, they actually ask a question like, oh, why is that person a different skin color? You have those awkward moments as a parent. And it's like, oh, well, some people are white, some people are black, some people are different shades, some people are women, some people are men, some men like men sometimes, and sometimes someone could be born this way and identify different. Like, I just feel like it doesn't need to be this huge thing. It's new. It definitely did come quick, but it's just one of those things where, like, do you think it's an issue for, I don't know, some people? I would say when you say like people are being forced into an agenda, if that's happening, it's bad, obviously. But in the vast majority of cases, that's not what's happening. It's just base level trying to get acceptance into society, and I just don't think there's any issue recognizing that being gay or being trans can be a thing that people go through. And I feel like the stuff you're saying about like surgeries and all this kind of stuff, it's kind of an image, and I don't think. From talking to you, I don't think you have the same motivations as the people that would tell you that. Like the media people that tell you like, oh, kids are getting their whatever chopped off, you should be angry at this. That's not something that really happens for minors. I'm sure it's happened for 15 or 16-year-olds at somewhere at sometime, but it's really hard for that to happen. And I don't think anyone agrees that it should be happening for irreversible surgeries for a minor. So I feel like you're much more accepting than the people that would tell you that that's happening. But yeah, I guess just in general, being able to say like, okay, this stuff exists, and I don't know. Some people just want to block it and say that it's that trans people existing or gay people existing is a poison to society, and I want to stay away from having anyone discriminated against, if that makes sense.
Bro, I'll just say it like this: I literally have gay family. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care what you do. I mean, you could go home and, freaking have an AI bot girlfriend. I don't care. My big thing is like, a lot of these, transgender people, or, I don't even want to say that because I don't want to be too offensive. But I mean, some of these people who think that this is okay, I've heard stories in California where it's been like, hey man, a father was trying to keep his 12-year-old boy from HRT and keep him off of, gender change surgeries and stuff, but his kid got taken away and he got locked up because his wife said that, hey, look, I think our boy is a girl. I think he would be better as a girl. And this guy was 12 years old. And it's like, I don't know. I just hear so much of this to where I'm like, oh man, this can't be a bullshit story. It's got to be happening. And I've also heard like gender studies on animals. Like, what demonic shit is that?
So there was a let me see. See, I heard about that same case from like 5 other or 10 other people that called into my YouTube show, like you are right now. And they've brought up the same exact case you're talking about. And I'm pretty sure the father was like, for example, like a gay kid getting kicked out of the household. He was pretty radically against anything gay or trans. I'm pretty sure that's why that court case went that way. Because he wanted to ignore the psychiatrists, ignore the other parent. And like in any custody battle, they'll probably pick the parent that they see as more fit to raise the child. And if the father was like, I'm gonna make sure this child is locked in a cage so they can't be gay or trans or whatever, then of course they're gonna go the other direction. But I think the fact that I've heard that same exact case from so many people, it might just be the case that the media shares to try and demonize trans people. And we could have conversations about different policies, but I just know that's not representative of like 99% of what trans people go through.
Well, at the end of the day, I do not I'm over here just like you saying, what the fuck is going on? Country's falling apart. You don't know what you're being fed. But it's like, I'm not saying pick a side, but I will side with what I see is right. And I think it is okay to be who you are. I think it is a beautiful thing. Like I said, I've had family from different diversities. And, this is me coming from a small town saying, hey, I've been through things in life. I've seen, my brother literally stopped this crazy bitch from shooting up our neighbor. He's black. He's our beloved neighbor. And I don't think people really understand the source of these things and how volatile people are, especially with the internet, because, people can have their say-sos and, not really have any facts, and that be okay. And it's like, well, if you're okay with blindfolding someone and pushing them off of a cliff, then what kind of person are you? That's why I try to back up my stuff with facts. I pay attention to what goes on around me. I'm not with all this playpen shit with like, oh, if this is wrong, this is right. I know what I see. I'm like, it's not, maybe on a street dealer basis, people are dealing fentanyl and, kids aren't, getting abducted and stuff. But on another basis, on a global basis, there's so many different agendas being put in a blender right now that nobody can find their identity. Nobody knows the truth. Nobody. Nobody even knows. I don't even fucking know. I ain't got an example for it, but people don't know. They'd rather say this is okay. Well, this shouldn't be this way, and I can't get down with that. The transgender agenda, it's all pretty fucking
but it's
sick.
not an agenda though, is what I'm saying. Like there's not like, can some people have that individually? Sure, like you can see stories of it, but I'm saying like on a massive scale, 99% of trans people are not involved in any kind of agenda. It's just something they're going through. And that's the only issue I have with that, like that word for it, is that there are things like, I would just say the biggest goal in life should be looking places you haven't looked before. So like you said, it's hard to find people's identities, it's hard to find who you are, and you should explore things that go past that. If you see stories about trans people, try to find good stories about trans people. And if you don't ever see a good story about one, then you might just be, the social media algorithms, all the media algorithms, all these social media sites might just be giving you information to make you angry, because anger gets a lot of clicks and a lot of advertisement revenue. So I'd probably just actively seek out people you disagree with, and seek out trans content creators on YouTube. I'm sure you could find like trans content creators who could tell you more about their experiences. So you like it's often good to hear. There is some I would not ask a white guy from a rural area to tell me about the city. I would not ask a black guy from a city to tell me about a rural area. I would not, or vice versa. Or a black guy from a rural area, white guy in a city, or a gay guy tell me about straight people, or a straight person. Well, maybe I would listen to that actually, because they'll be more entertaining, because straight people are stupid, and I hate white people. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm racist. I have to get offline now. I'm getting racist. I gotta go to bed. Thank you for calling. Have a good night. I'm getting racist against white people. I gotta go to bed, guys. I'm gonna say something I regret. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, and subscribe. Thank you, caller. This is a petition to let the caller out of the closet. Kyle, you kind of were on to something there, because what he ended up saying was, we all struggle to find our identities. I'm like, ooh. I can't believe you actually said that. I think you might have clocked him. He does seem perplexed. I felt bad. Yeah, the California case with like HRT or hormones, I believe it's 16 years old, 16, I think, for hormones, and then it's like 18 plus for surgeries after a long time with psychological and whatever evaluations and whatever. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe. Okay, like I said, I'm traveling the next few days. I won't be back until Wednesday or Thursday on here. Thank you so much for the donations. Oh, I didn't see JP. Thank you for the donation, JP. Thank you. You said get yourself a cheap pizza. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you. If you're still here, I'll respond to him in the message. Minding their own business, demanding usage of pronouns. Bro, when you tell someone your name, do you realize that you're demanding pronouns and your name to be used by like saying your name? Like your name was given to you by your parents, and asking that you are called your name is a like technically you forcing someone to use your name for you. They can call you shithead too. We can call you shithead if you want us to call you shithead. But we call you your name because your parents named you that. And now we call you your freaking name because your parents named you. There's no biologically true name. Just call them their damn pronouns. Stop being such a little baby. Like, seriously, bro. You wake up and cry about pronouns. The only thing gayer than having pronouns is not saying pronouns because you're too weak to say things you're offended by. That's the gayest thing in the world, bro. You can't say pronouns? That's so gay. Damn. Thank you. Imagine crying about pronouns. Imagine all the issues in the world and you cry about pronouns. Like, shaking my head. Thank you so much for another donation, I think. Oh, thank you. Thank you, MP. Thank you, Michelin Man. Safe travels. $5 for safe travels. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll try to travel safe. Appreciate you guys. Oh, there's another one on Venmo. Thank you. Wait, is that a different one from PayPal, or is that the same one? Wait a second. Oh wait, no, that was the Venmo one. I'll respond to you. Thank you. Thank you for the donations. But yeah, drop a like, subscribe. Thank you guys. Your pronouns are she and her. Sure, dude. Yeah, if you judge your manlyhood based off if you use... Yeah, that is true, though. If you judge your manlyhood based off your pronoun usage, what else defines you as a man? Pisco just went off live? Taking all my viewers while I'm streaming. How dare he? How dare he? How dare Pisco do that? I wonder if Pisco's here right now. Pisco. If I say his name enough, he'll be here. I think the use of the word gay is acceptable. I try to hold it in. Try to hold it in as much as possible. We actually have a who won the 2020 election poll that says 60% Biden. We're moving up, honestly. But that's why the viewership died. Oh, you're going to go there after this? Well, thank you for watching. LOL. I just became a gender abolitionist. Use of the word gay is acceptable. I only use it against them, though. I don't use it for other things. But I use it in like a second, what would that be called? Like a second hand usage, where it's like they'll just say it as a normal part of their verbiage. But like I don't just say that in terms of like, wow, dude, today was so gay. Like I don't just say that, right? I say it for the purpose of irony and making fun of them. Only in that context. Because I don't really say it for other things. Trauma response. It could be a trauma response for, yeah. Well, definitely for, it's unique for every community for sure, but I mean, white people have a lot of issues with that too. I mean, it is a very common thing in general. Any culture where masculinity is challenged, which is basically every culture, unless if you're highly educated. then you have to break out of it. Every culture has that issue though, with the paternalism, the paternal hierarchy, or whatever. All right, I'm gonna get off. Thank you guys for watching. Please drop a like, subscribe. If you want to donate to the channel, best ways to do that are Venmo, Jolah Politics, JOLAHPOLITICS, Jolah Politics on Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. You can also donate through Coffee. The Coffee link is in the bio. Thank you for all the donations through there. During the stream, the coffee. Oh, thank you for $2. Did you cover Austin Metcalf? No, I don't even know what that is. If you send me that again a different night, I could look into it. I have no idea what that is. How to handle Rob? If I actually talk to Rob. If anyone hops in stream, I'll hop in, or hops in Discord. No one goes in Discord anymore. So sad. Only Defin's in there. Ew. JK. We all love Defin. Yeah, go to ways to donate. Channel memberships are $3 for the supporter tier. The supporter tier, the entry tier is $3 to be a channel member. Thank you for watching again. Paternalism. Patreon. There's also Patreon. I am in there. LOL. Defin. You know, it's kind of crazy. Thank you for watching, Def. I didn't even. It doesn't even click when Defin's in chat, because I associate Defin with the name Defin, not the name Devin, because that's a disgusting name. But Defin's a cool name. That's like a cool hip name, you know, cool and hip name. Defin. You Democrats are all evil and corrupt. Yeah, bro, I'm so corrupt. I wish I was corrupt. Wow, that's funny. Wow. Maybe sports should measure testosterone level. If you look up the female Olympics, they have already done that. Okay, so there's already been women, biological women, as they say, who have been turned down from competing in the Olympics because of their testosterone. There are some sprinters from I forgot what country, but there's multiple athletes who are turned down from the Olympics because of high testosterone levels or another chemical that they produce naturally, by the way. Natural chemicals, no steroids. They have a certain condition, they produce certain chemicals more. But if you look at all sports, basketball is the best example physically. But like Michael Phelps, his body is designed for swimming. Basketball, obviously, if you're 7'5", you might be better at basketball. So, like, your ability to be good at a sport is largely destined by your genetics and by your genetic lottery. You can work out certain people and train them as much as possible. They're not going to be like Steph Curry or LeBron James. So a lot of it is not really hard work. A lot of it is, I mean, you have to work hard for sure, but a lot of it is what you're blessed with, as they'd say. Soccer also, yeah. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Jolah. Yeah. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Love you. And I do mean it that way. Nice, Kyle. But the issue is trans people. If someone's really against trans people in sports, like super hard, they're probably anti-trans in general. People that are like in the middle are still going to be anti-trans people in sports at competitive levels, but I don't know. It's a hard conversation. I think there is a good way to message it, but our messaging sucks. So, GG's. All right, guys, have a good night. See you guys again another day. I'm going to check through my donations again, make sure I did not miss anyone. Venmo's good. Let's see. Cash App's good. Thank you again. And PayPal. PayPal is good. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Pro-trans is anti-women's rights. Well, you should ask some women about that, because many women would disagree. Oh, God. It's always the people who are most anti-women that say that shit, too. Don't you love that? It's always the most anti-women people that'll use trans people against women. Or that'll use women against trans people. Like, women are only useful to these people if they can use women against trans people. Otherwise, then they're like, oh, these women, bro. They always lie about being assaulted and stuff. I swear to God. Like, you only care about using women when you could use them against trans people. It's actually disgusting. It's crazy how manipulative you are. God would not like you. He would love you though, because he loves all of his children. But have a good night.